Today I will talk about phase shift in scattering problem. So I will divide this lecture into two parts. So in the first lecture, in the first part, I will discuss briefly about that, what is phase shift. And then I will use the idea of phase shift into the problem of scattering, where potential is not zero, potential is non-zero, right? And in the early lectures, I will talk about that potential is almost zero in the radiation zone and the intermediate zone. Now we will discuss the things for the region where the potential is non-zero, right? So let us talk about first of all the introduction to phase shift. When the potential is non-zero, and what happens to the incident wave and the scattered wave or reflected wave. So introduction to phase shift. So consider a one-dimensional scattering problem. I am considering one-dimensional scattering problem, and the problem is like this. And say it is x-axis and it is the potential axis. And let us consider a region here. It is the origin and it is minus a, and say in this region the potential is like this. It is the potential. Is the potential. So the potential value of the potential, say before this minus a, the potential will be zero, and minus a to zero region, potential has some finite value. Okay? So it is a localized potential, and this localized potential is represented by Bx, and it was looking like this. So now a wave is coming in this region. Say incident wave is represented by a e raised to power iota kx. Incident wave is represented by a e raised to power iota kx. It is the incident wave, and I am defining it for the region where x is less than minus a. That means I am defining this for this region. This is the shape. It's like a plane wave, and this wave is reflected back, and when it gets reflected back, its shape will be b e raised to power minus iota kx. It is the incident wave and it is the reflected wave, but its behavior will remain like a plane wave before this, where the potential will be zero. So that means we will define incident wave psi I x as a e raised to power iota kx and psi r x as b e raised to power minus iota kx. But this is in the region where the potential will be zero. We have defined this for this region. Means I am dividing this region into two parts. One region where the potential will be zero, and another region where the potential will be non-zero. But the probability should remain conserved. So if probability should remain conserved, that means what? Amplitude of the reflected and incident wave must be the same. Amplitude of incident and reflected wave must be same. What does that mean? According to law of conservation of probability, amplitude should remain the same. So that means A or the B must be equal to minus A. This is the one thing which we have to keep in mind. So if I use this, then psi naught x means the region net wave function. Total wave function क्या हो जाएगा? Total wave function represents incident and the reflected wave. So psi naught x representing the total wave function of this system where the potential will be zero, it can be written as a e raised to power iota kx minus e raised to power minus iota kx. Means it is simply the sum of these two quantities, where b is replaced by minus a and a can be taken outside. So it is for the region where the bx will be zero. But what happens when to the wave function when potential is non-zero? So that means now I have defined this for this region. Now I am defining it for this region where the potential has some non-zero value and the potential will be localized. So if I consider this case, then for this I can define the wave function like this: psi x. For the region where potential is not zero, it can be written as a e raised to power iota kx minus e raised to power iota minus kx, because what will happen, there is a shift in the phase shift in the reflected wave, and let us say that because of the potential 2 delta phase shift is introduced. 2 delta, and 2 is just for conventional. Somewhere it is written as delta, but here I am taking it as 2 delta. It doesn't matter. It's a simple conventional, right? So that means that's what will happen for the region where potential is non-zero. So this is the new wave function. So this is the effect of the potential. So what will happen to our problem of scattering, which we are considering? Because now I want to develop mathematics for the scattering region, and in scattering region potential is not zero, potential is non-zero. And what happens to the total wave function? That the scattered wave, in the scattered part or the scattered wave, a phase shift will be introduced. So our purpose is to calculate this phase shift. Our purpose, that means now the problem of scattering problem has been reduced into a new problem of calculating or estimating this phase shift, right? So we have to estimate now this phase shift in our given scattering problem, right? So now our purpose is what? Purpose is to estimate the phase shift. Clear? It's very simple. Now let us come back to our problem of scattering, right? So this is a brief idea of phase shift. So what will happen? Because of that potential, that phase shift factor has been introduced in our wave function. So let us come back to our scattering problem. So incident plane wave scattering problem, and in our scattering problem, incident plane wave is represented by a e raised to power iota kz. And in terms of Bessel functions, this a e raised to power iota kz can be written as a, L varies from 0 to infinity, iota raised to power L, 2L plus 1, JLKR and PL cos theta. And let me call it as equation number 1. Means incident wave represented in the form of a Bessel function, as we have discussed this, and this includes all the values of total angular momentum, because this is depending upon L. So that means this include all total angular momentum. Include all values of total angular momentum. So it's depending upon L. So L is equal to 0, it may have 1, it may have 2 and 3. So that means this contains every type of wave. L corresponding to 0 means S wave, corresponding to 1 it is P wave, and so on. It's like that. So that means there are so many partial waves. So each partial wave total angular momentum of each partial wave, and each partial wave is labeled by what? It is labeled by L. This L is representing it. And each partial wave is scattering independently, or each partial wave scatter independently with no change in amplitude but only in phase. And when no potential at all, means amplitude will remain the same. Now he is saying that when no potential is applied, then what will happen? Then what happens to this wave? So when no potential is applied, Lth partial wave. Now I am not taking summation. I am considering on only one wave. Okay. So what happens to the Lth partial wave? Lth partial wave can be written as, say, it is psi naught L, and L is written as a subscript here, and it is equal to a iota raised to power L. Summation is not there because I am writing a wave for a particular value of L, not summing all the waves. Okay. For a particular this L, so iota raised to power L, 2L plus 1, JLKR PL cos of theta. This is equation number 2, but for here the potential will be equal to 0. Now, what is our purpose? This is expressed in terms of Bessel function. Now, what I will do, I will try to incorporate into it what? Hankel function, right? I want to replace this by Hankel function. So, if I want to incorporate Hankel function into it, then what should I do? As I know from previous lectures that HL1 x is equal to JL x plus iota eta Lx, and HL2 x is equal to JLx minus iota eta Lx, and if I sum up these two quantities, this will cancel out. So twice of, sorry, not twice of, but HL1x plus HL2x must be equal to 2JLx. So from here I can write down JL as what? JL is equal to, which implies JLx is equal to 1 by 2 HL1x plus HL2x. Very simple. So put it there. So let me put it back. So therefore, this will become what? This phi naught L is equal to A iota raised to power L 2L plus 1 by 2 HL 1 KR, because X is simply KR, then plus HL2 KR into PL cos of theta. Now let us put their values. Iteration formula we have written earlier. So how it can be written? It can be written as equal to A iota raised to power L 2L plus 1 by 2 1 by KR minus iota raised to power L plus 1 e raised to power. जब हमने हैंकल फंक्शन डिफाइन किए थे पिछले लेक्चर में, लास्ट टू लास्ट लेक्चर में, देन आई विल टॉक अबाउट दिस. सो इट इज आयोटा रेज टू पावर के आर प्लस 1 over के आर iota raised to power L plus 1 and e raised to power minus iota kr. And it is PL cos theta. So it is equal to A iota raised to power L to L plus 1, and this minus iota raised to power L plus 1 can be written as minus 1 into iota raised to power L plus 1. So that means minus 1 raised to power L plus 1 and iota raised to power L plus 1. So that means iota raised to power L plus 1 can be taken outside because it is sitting with it and with this part, because this minus iota can be written as minus 1 into iota. So that means iota raised to power L plus 1 can be taken outside, and 2 kr also there. This 2, this kr, it can be taken outside. So inside it is minus 1 raised to power L plus 1 e raised to power iota kr plus e raised to power minus iota kr, and it is PL cos of theta. ये कॉमन, 1 by kr is taken outside. E raised to power iota kr cannot, because here it is minus and here it is plus, right? We cannot take it common. So it is equal to, so now iota raised to power L and iota raised to power L and iota. So it will become what? A 2L plus 1. It is iota raised to power 2L into iota divided by 2kr, and here it is what? Minus 1 into minus 1 raised to power L. I split it this e raised to power iota kr plus e raised to power minus iota kr, and it is PL cos theta. And what is it? What is this? It is minus 1 raised to power L, because this part can be written as, देखो, it is iota square into L, and it is iota square is minus 1 raised to power L. So it is, this part is nothing but it is minus 1 raised to power L, and I can multiply it inside, and minus 1 can be taken outside. I take this minus 1 outside and multiply it with this inside, so it will go to here and here. So it means A 2L plus 1 divided by 2 kr. Iota is sitting here. What I did, I have taken minus 1 outside, and inside I bring this inside, so minus 1 raised to power L and minus 1 raised to power L, e raised to power iota kr. I have taken minus 1 from here, so that means it will become negative. So it is e raised to power minus iota kr, but I am multiplying with this also, with both terms, so it is minus 1 raised to power L and PL cos theta. Now it is what? It is A 2L plus 1, and it is minus iota. Minus iota can be written as 1 over iota, so it is upon 2 iota kr. And what is it? Minus 1 raised to power L and minus 1 raised to power L. Minus 1 raised to power 2L, and it is 1, because it is even multiple. So it is e raised to power iota kr minus 1 raised to power L e raised to power minus iota kr, and it is PL cos theta. That's what we are getting. Right? Very simple. So let me rewrite down this equation. So therefore, psi naught L, it can be written as A 2L plus 1 over 2 iota kr e raised to power iota kr minus 1 raised to power L e raised to power minus iota kr, and it is PL cos of theta. And this is the Lth partial wave, okay, for the region where potential will be 0. And what is it? It is the incoming spherical wave. It is incoming spherical wave. It is what? It is incoming spherical wave for the region where potential will be 0. But now consider the case when potential is introduced. Now, when potential is introduced, then what will happen? It will incorporate what? It will incorporate a uh, phase shift. And it contains two parts, one plus and one minus. So it will club all. So one term is looking like, we have started with the incoming spherical wave, but when we do little algebra, one looks like a incoming wave and another is looks like a outgoing wave. So this first term is representing outgoing wave. This is our, if we compare with earlier results, this is like outgoing wave. So what happens when potential is considered? So when potential is considered, then what will happen? Phase will be introduced into this term, right? Phase will be, so therefore Lth partial wave can be written as psi L. It is nearly equal to A 2L plus 1 over 2 iota kr into e raised to power iota kr plus 2 delta L. And this 2 delta L term is basically because of the phase shift introduced by the potential, minus 1 raised to power L e raised to power minus iota kr and PL cos of theta. This is the new equation which we are getting, and this is for the region where potential is non-zero. Sorry, here it is R not X. Beginning में मैंने जो example लिया था, that is a one dimensional case, but we are not dealing with the one dimensional case in our scattering problem. It is a three dimensional. That's why X is replaced by R. Very simple. So let us recall previous result of partial wave. We did partial wave analysis. So if I recall that, then let us recall that psi r theta is what? It is A e raised to power iota kz plus k summation L varies from 0 to infinity iota raised to power L plus 1 2L plus 1 AL HL 1 KR, and it is PL cos of theta. That's what we have derived in the beginning, or not in the beginning, in the previous lecture. So for Lth partial wave, because I want to write down this for the Lth partial wave, so that means summation will not be there. So I am taking a one value of L. So for a particular value of L, I can rewrite down this equation. Psi r theta L is equal to A e raised to power iota kz plus iota raised to power k iota raised to power L plus 1 2L plus 1 AL HL1 KR PL cos of theta. Now I am not worried about summation. But as I discussed earlier, that e raised to power iota z can be written in terms of 2L plus 1 over 2 iota kr. If I use that result here, means if I put its value e raised to power iota kz, then it will become what? It is equal to a 2L plus 1 over 2 iota kr. I am just using its value here, into e raised to power iota kr minus 1 raised to power L and e raised to power iota kr, right, plus and this remain as it is, plus k iota raised to power L plus 1 2L plus 1 AL HL1 KR PL cos of theta. Just a minute, it will remain here because PL outside, right? You may correct in the earlier also. Yeah, now it's okay. So this will remain as it is. This is the equation, and it was like this. That's what we are getting here. Now let us put the values. I want to use its value. Its value is 1 over k r minus 1 raised to power L plus 1 and e raised to power iota k r. So if I put its value here, then what will happen to it? So it is equal to a 2L plus 1 over 2 iota k r e raised to power iota k r minus 1 raised to power L e raised to power, sorry, यहाँ माइनस था, हाँ माइनस था यहाँ पे. So it is e raised to power minus iota k r plus k iota raised to power L plus 1 2L plus 1 as it is, and AL as it is. And what is its value? Its value will be 1 over kr minus 1 raised to power L plus 1 e raised to power iota kr. It is its value. It is its value. And PL cos of theta. So it's equal to a 2L plus 1 2 iota kr. It is e raised to power iota kr minus 1 raised to power L e raised to power minus iota kr plus it is 2L plus 1. It is 2L plus 1, and this k will cancel out with it, so divided by r, and this iota raised to power L plus 1, iota raised to power L plus 1, and it is also iota. So iota raised to power L plus 1 into minus iota raised to power L plus 1, its value is always 1. Means you can do this little algebra at your own. Means this iota and this iota, means iota raised to power L plus 1 into minus iota raised to power L plus 1, its values always comes out to be unity. These two terms, if you put them together and then multiply and do little algebra, then it comes out to be 1. I think you can do it at your own, need not to work here on it here. So what it will be? 12 plus 1 and AL e raised to power iota kr and it is PL cos of theta. Simple. Let us do one thing. As I know that phase shift is introduced with this part, and this will remain as it is. This is the incoming wave and this is the outgoing wave, and potential is introduced. Let us do one thing. Let us try to club this with this part. Let us try to club, keeping that in mind, club with this term and take it outside. Right? So I will do little mathematics here. Try to focus on it. It is A 2L plus 1 over 2 iota kr. It is taken outside, so it is e raised to power iota kr as it is. I want to club this term with this. So iota kr is sitting with it and with this term also. So, but this term is not with it. Sirf 2L plus 1 over r is sitting, means 2 iota k is multiplied in the numerator. Right? That's what will happen. So it means plus, means 1 plus 1 consa, this one. 1 plus 2 iota kal. Right? And this term is common, so it will remain as it is. Minus 1 raised to power L e raised to power minus iota kr. This term will remain as it is. This I have not changed. It is PL cos of theta. That's what I did here. Means this is psi L. You can do it like this or another. But what I did one thing. I have derived another equation for the potential when potential is 0. Let me recall that equation, that psi L is equal to A 2L plus 1 over 2 iota kr and e raised to power iota kr plus 2 delta L minus 1 raised to power L e raised to power minus iota kr. Or it is A 2L plus 1. It is different equation, but both are representing the same thing. So 2L plus 1, 2 iota kr, e raised to power iota kr. Let me open it up. So it is e raised to power 2 iota or 2 iota delta L. I opened it. Minus 1 raised to power L e raised to power minus iota kr and PL cos of theta. Let me try to compare these two equations. Now, so this part is sitting its proper place. This is its proper place. This part is also sitting at its proper place. This part is also sitting at this place. But in place of this part is sitting. So that means these two parts can be equated. These two parts can be equated. So if I equate, then what I am getting? That e raised to power 2 iota delta L is equal to 1 plus 2 iota K A L. That's what we are getting. Or I can say that e raised to power 2 iota delta L minus 1 is equal to 2 iota K A L. What is my purpose? My purpose is to find out partial wave amplitude. So from here, AL is equal to 1 over 2 iota K and e raised to power 2 iota delta L minus 1. Now, how this can be written? Now, this is equal to AL is equal to 1 over 2 iota K and this e raised to power iota delta L square, I can write down it in this manner. And let me take it outside. So 1 over 2 iota K e raised to power iota delta L can be taken outside, then inside it is iota delta L minus 1 over e raised to power iota delta L. So it is 1 over 2 iota K e raised to power iota delta L e raised to power iota delta L minus e raised to power minus iota delta L. 1 over K e raised to power iota delta L e raised to power iota delta L minus iota delta L divided by 2 iota. This is sine delta L. Very simple. So therefore AL comes out to be, either it can be written in this form 2 iota delta L minus 1, or it is equal to 1 by K e raised to power iota delta L and sine of delta L. That's it. So now we have calculated partial wave amplitude in terms of phase shift. This is the partial wave amplitude in terms of phase shift for the region where potential is non-zero. So what is it? Thus AL is equal to 1 over 2 iota K e raised to power 2 iota delta L minus 1 is equal to 1 by K e raised to power iota delta L sine of delta L. What is it? Here we have derived partial wave amplitude in terms of phase shift, where potential is non-zero. That means for the scattering region. So I can write down from here f of theta, and this f of theta is equal to 2L plus 1, L varies from 0 to infinity, it is AL PL cos of theta. Put the value of AL here. So it is L varies from 0 to infinity. Need not to write down, you first of all understand. समझो इसको, बाद में लिख लेना. So it is what? 2L plus 1. What is its value? Its value will be 1 by K e raised to power iota delta L and sine of delta L PL cos theta. 1 by K can be taken outside. So 1 by K summation L varies from 0 to infinity. It is 2L plus 1 e raised to power iota delta L sine of delta L into PL cos of theta, right? And if this is known, then I also remember or the recall total cross section is equal to 4 pi summation L varies from 0 to infinity to L plus 1 and A L mod square. And what is A L mod square? It is A L mod square is equal to A L and A L star. It is equal to 1 by K e raised to power iota delta L sine of delta L into 1 by K e raised to power minus iota delta L and sine of delta L. This part will cancel out with it. So it is equal to 1 by K square sine square delta L. So put it value here. So if I put its value, so it is 4 pi over K square and summation L varies from 0 to infinity 2L plus 1 and it is sine square delta L. So this is the total cross section in terms of phase shift. Total cross section in terms of phase shift, right? So that's all for today's lecture.